Hi, how are you?
Not bad.
Sammy! Ta-da! Sorry! Sorry! Okay, where's the small bowl for the sauce?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, thank you.
So what we do, we put this one in like that.
Yeah. How many spring will you put on top?
Okay, so yeah, cool. You still want me to introduce you? Yeah. Okay. And
One more Chinese or
Indi tea dye.
Yes. I'm so pleased to meet you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Indi tea dye hujak.
Yeah.
Okay. Indi tea dye hujak.
เจ้า
Chap chai lai lai.
ขอบใจและหลาย
close. That's close.
Oh.
โอเค not ขอบโอเค
I need
Yeah.
a hand.
And I have incredible respect for both of these gentlemen who not only say they're going to do things, but really do things. Mr. Steve Rutledge, Mr. Michael Yap.
Actually, there's more here than I thought. This is great. It's been it's been a very a tough weekend. We knew it was going to be. If you actually drive down the main street now, it's absolutely empty, and everybody's left for the weekend. But we're so glad that you could come this evening. Barbara, you made it. It's absolutely wonderful. It's great to see all of you. This being Thanksgiving, we really do have a lot to be thankful for. So many people, this is a time to reflect. Traditionally, you're reflecting against the bountiful crops, but it's got to be a lot more than that over the years. And now you start reflecting on all the monetary things that you have, all the achievements that you've made in your life. Well, tonight we're going to talk to you about a group of people in Laos, of course, that aren't quite so lucky as us. So we're going to go through with it. We're going to have some fun with it. We're going to show you some of the yucky experiences that we had, but also some of the exciting and the fulfilling experiences that we've had. So we're going to get started right away. And
Well, how many times we did this presentation? Like 5 times, 6 times, Every time when we trying to come up with another presentation, I try to switch the pictures a little bit here and there, Took so many pictures and every single one we'd like to share with you guys, but
we have 3,500 pictures.
And so this is another one of the presentations that we are doing it again. And hope you like the pictures that I took. Well, I did some cropping and a little bit of color here and there. But we can begin here. Yeah.
So anyway, earlier this year we did a six-country tour in Southeast Asia over a period of 5 weeks, and we started with Singapore, which was the third. This is where Mike's from, the third richest country in the world, and it was absolutely amazing to see. They had the flyer, which it's equivalent to the London Eye, but oh no, theirs had to be bigger and better. So as we went through Singapore, it was all like this. And then we started traveling through northern Thailand. We visited Sammy's home village. Sammy, are you in here? There you are. Sammy, we visited her home village. I don't know if you knew this, but you know, Sammy owns a Thai restaurant, Bulai Taste of Thai, and she actually, her village was actually part of Laos until Laos lost the war just before the Vietnam War. So she wasn't even allowed to speak Lao, but she did anyway. So we're happy she can actually do some of my translations for me. But anyway, we had a lot of fun. We visited Burma, Malaysia, a whole bunch of them, Cambodia, and one of the two of the bottom 10 in the world as far as poverty goes is Cambodia and Laos. So that's a lot. And I gotta make sure I get this right now. Oh, there we go. Okay, I wanted to show you a little bit on this map exactly where we are. First of all, this area, Vientiane, that's their capital city. That's where 80% of their money seems to go, is that one there. But we stayed in this area called Luang Prabang, and it depends what map that you're on, how they spell it. But if you take this river all the way up here, we're up around this area here. And we actually went further up, right up and around that area too. And they're pretty remote villages up there. So you know, that's the area we focused in on, and we're going to tell you about those experiences. We don't know exactly what it was that prompted us to actually go back and decide to do something. There was a lot of things. First of all, you didn't see the beggars on the streets. You didn't see, you know, in fact, what we should have done when we came out, we went Sabadi. And that's the typical response we got. And out of total respect for foreigners right across anyone that came in, that was the greeting. That means hello and welcome, right? So
No, if you stay longer, their hand will go higher up.
Yes.
And they're truly connected to you as a friend or as a family. As you go higher up, this is to the God, but I'll never get there. Right? They go here. That's about they go.
Yeah. So at any rate, I wanted to show you a few of the temples that we traveled on during this the 6-country tour. And this is a typical temple in Thailand. Typical temple in Thailand. Wow. Anyway, and then this is Chiang Rai. This is northern Thailand. This is the White Temple. Absolutely amazing detail, even up close. Really something. This is Phnom Penh. That's the King's Palace and Temple in Cambodia. This one here, Burma. We just went to the northern border of Thailand, crossed the border, and did a short tour up there. Just went to one temple, but we actually rented a tour guide there. Took us around, and we ended up at a brothel for some reason. I thought we wanted something. So anyway, let's try this again. Oh, sorry. Now let's go back. Anyway, there's what we ended up with. Once we got to the second largest city in Laos, that's the condition of their temples. And most of the temples are like that. There were a couple, there was one under construction, which looked a little better than this, and then there's another one that they were building from scratch at the museum. And that we're hoping is finished when we go back. I did want to tell you a little bit about some fast facts. The main ones up here, I think you can read even from the back on that one, but we're looking at a population of 6.5 million. A couple of things I wanted you to really understand. The infant mortality rate is over 8%. That is huge. 8 out of 100 people don't make it in this world. And the average age, now this was taken in 2005, was under 20. Now, as the Vietnam War, they lost a third of their people in that. So I think it's probably gone up probably another year, probably up around 21 now. Life expectancy is less than 54 years. Guess what? I was the oldest person in the village in the first village we went to. So they have a long ways to go in there. And the average income is $572 US. At par, it's not a heck of a lot. But if you go into the northern regions, you'll be lucky if you find a farmer that makes $16. $16 a year. So it is really tough for them. Now, one of the things that attracted us during this period was we met a couple of fellows at the hotel, and what they ended up doing was we always hire private tour guides, and the reason for that is, I don't know if you've ever heard of sort of the elephant type of tours that you take. You get 100 people, you go through this pristine area, but you don't hear anything, you don't see anything, because it sounds like a herd of elephants. So we always hire private tour guides, and they're very reasonably costed. So we end up with a huge difference in what we see. And these two guys, they borrowed a van from their friend. They took us to see some absolutely beautiful waterfalls. And this thing had 11 different levels. And each view was absolutely completely different from the one before. So we were pretty impressed with that. And they refused to take a penny from us. We finally convinced them to take some gas money. They said, okay, they would because it was their friend's van. And it took us probably another hour to convince them actually to go for dinner with us. And that's one of the things that approached us. This is a typical ballet, and so that was pretty interesting. One thing that we also noticed, that there was a museum there, and they were trying to restore, these were Japanese students who had arrived, trying to restore some derelict Buddhas. And that was kind of impressive, so that we did find out that they had some international help, but very limited. Oh, sorry. This clicker. There we go. This was a little guy that one of our hosts had brought back to the hotel. Very sick. Mother was gone, and he was alone, so they were nursing him back to health, and so he's drinking milk out of that container. And I'm looking forward to seeing him again.
His name is Joy.
Oh yeah, his name is Joy, that's right. We had met back at the hotel with the hotel manager to find out some things they were doing, and he was showing us some of the projects that they were up to. And there was an orphanage being built by a German couple, a latrine by a French lady, and there was an American who had just built a school. It was the last night. We didn't have a lot of money left on us, and I was really embarrassed. I left them a $25 tip for these large projects. But we came back to Canada. We couldn't sleep. We couldn't. It was really bugging us. But I want to tell you a little bit about their education system. I mean, they are steeped in tradition, and you see these monks everywhere. And the education system there is kind of strange. They have grades 1, 2, and 3, primary 1, 2, and 3. That's available in many of the villages, but it's usually bamboo hut, and that's all they have. When you go to 4 and 5, you have to go further up. It's much more expensive because they now have to pay for a boat ride, or they have to trek for an extra hour to get to school every morning. Now, God forbid you should make it through primary 5. Okay, 40% of people, Lao people, get to go to primary school. By the time you get to secondary school, which is 6, 7, and 8, you're down to 15%. High school is 9, 10, and 11, and then less than 1% make it past high school. Well, Mike and I are sponsoring 2 students in university this year, so we just didn't want to see it. This was a view. We had a beautiful resort. This was a view looking to the left. As soon as we 10 steps up, that was our view.
But the hotel that we stay with is just like many other hotels when we travel. But when you step out of the hotel, and you realize there's this huge contrast with the reality and tourists, right? So this is what we
That's
see.
a little bit of in the distance, you see a little bit of our resort there, and they were really comfortable, and we were well looked after. This bridge was kind of dilapidated. It was the only way you could get into town, going to the right.